Anytime I break down the body language of someone being interviewed, whether it's a serial killer or a murderer or a kidnapper or an actor or somebody in the royal family, I also pay attention to the person doing the interview because you can get a whole lot from their perspective if you know what to look for. And when I did that interview where Meghan Markle was being interviewed by Emily Chang, I saw a couple of things that kind of bothered me. And I think a lot of you saw it too because I kept getting a lot of email that said, "What's up with Emily Chang's body language?" Well, I think we're seeing the same things, and I'm going to show you what those things are.
Some caricature of you that actually has nothing to do with you. And that can be really hard to reconcile.
This is pretty close to the beginning of the interview, and they're at a bookstore, I think, and they're having coffee and talking and just sort of getting to know each other, I guess. But what we're seeing here is contempt. What is contempt, and how do we know, and how can we tell? Contempt is pretty much the only facial expression where only part of your face goes up, like that. Now, at the same time, that might be because she feels contempt for the subject she's talking about. I don't know, but I'm seeing contempt there.
Fantastic books. Hi there. And the kids section upstairs is
Yes.
amazing.
I love a kids section.
So let's talk about matching and mirroring. Now, what we're going to focus on here is mirroring more than matching. The matching part is when you talk like the other person. Your vernacular changes to the way they talk and the words they use, and you start using little phrases and copying the phrases they say. That's not what we're going to focus on here. We're going to focus on the mirroring part. Emily's trying to take charge, and she starts mimicking Meghan's body language. Watch what happens here. Pay close attention. Meghan's hands come up like this. Emily's hands come up like this. So what Emily's doing, she's beginning to match and mirror Meghan, okay? Now, the goal here when someone does this is you want that person to start mirroring you because that means they've locked into you. Because subconsciously, once they see you mirroring them and they see someone who is like them, they like you more. That's the idea behind it. And that's why people get along so well sometimes because they act like each other. We want to see somebody who's like us. We want to like people who are like us. And the person that we're talking to, since we want them to like us, will start acting like them. That's what's going on here.
4 kids.
Yes, I do.
So, you know, our kids are 4 and 6. And so at the end of the night, I do that. And then I haven't really...
There's a couple of really interesting things going on here. As they're walking, notice how they're in lockstep together. Now, the person who started that is Emily. She's trying to get synced up with Meghan. Now, keep in mind, this is not a natural situation because Meghan is being interviewed. Meghan is the star. Meghan's got all the attention, and she knows it. But she's at the same time still following the orders of Emily because Emily is supposed to be the one in charge. She's the one that's telling you what's going to go on, what's happening, because she's asking the questions. Now, when they turn to the right, watch what happens right before that. Emily sticks her arm out and points Meghan to go that way. And the odd thing is, Meghan's head doesn't turn. Her whole body turns. Normally, when somebody points, you kind of pause and you look, then you start going that way. She doesn't. I think it's because she's an actress and she's used to following orders, or not orders, but following direction. So in the real world, if we were out in the bookstore and saw this happening, we would think that's pretty weird. But for this situation, it's normal. Doesn't seem like it is when you break it down like that, but I promise you, this is normal.
When I can find the time, what are you Duolingoing?
I'm Duolingoing French.
Yeah.
I committed to relearning it.
Oh
and
my
so,
goodness,
yeah.
I'd love to do that.
It's really fun.
Did you see that one? When Meghan brings her hands up like this, not long after that, Emily does it too. She's mirroring Meghan's body language. Again, you may think this is odd. It's totally normal, especially when someone's trying to get the other person to start matching and mirroring them, because that's how you connect. But this is totally normal when you're dealing with someone who's a great interviewer. And obviously, Emily's a great interviewer, because as she's doing this, this is helping Meghan to open up, give better answers, talk longer, and feel like she's safe talking to this interviewer, because she feels like she's like her. Because that's what mirroring is all about. You want to see someone who looks like you as you're talking to them. That's what makes you like them. That's how psychopaths work. There are no psychopaths in this situation, but that's one of the things psychopaths do. That's why you feel so comfortable around them. So many people get trapped by them in a relationship because they see themselves in the psychopath, because they do stuff like this constantly. But not only with their body language, they do it with the words, they do it with feelings, they do it with everything. Basically, you see yourself in the psychopath or the high-end clinical narcissist, and you like that person right out of the gate because they figured you out and they're doing what you're doing. But again, nobody here is a psychopath. I'm not saying anything about being a narcissist.
I hadn't seen pantyhose since movies in the 80s when they came in the little egg.
Now they're back at Meghan's house. And this is subtle. It's very subtle, but this is what it looks like when it's natural. When natural mirroring is happening, this is what it looks like. Watch how they lean in toward each other. So they're starting to connect.
Are they saying negative things and then secretly going home and making single skillet spaghetti?
They both reach out, clasp their hands, and they go to their lap. After that, Emily moves in first, then Meghan moves in as they lean inward toward each other. There's a rhythm that's happening here. All humans do it when they get together and they spend a lot of time with each other. You'll see that rhythm start. You do it with your friends. Watch other people doing it. Watch it in restaurants. Watch your friends talking when they're in the same room with you. Watch a husband and wife. Watch a girlfriend and boyfriend mirroring each other's body language. They're going to start doing the very same things. And if you'll watch for the rhythm, just like it's happening here. So let's slow it down. Even though it's frame by frame, they both stop at the same time. They both start at the same time. It's incredible how humans lock up like this, but it's completely natural.
The rhinestone, BB, you really made it. And
This is one of my favorites. Watch the rhythm here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's the kind of rhythm I'm talking about.
Okay, so
Yum.
Now this one is short, but look closely. Watch the beers. They move at the same time. Watch their walk. They sway back and forth at the same time because they're in lockstep again.
it's so cinematic as well.
You can see the rhythm here. Emily leans back, then Meghan leans back. Emily leans back, then Meghan leans back. Watch the rhythm here. You get the feeling they're getting along well. Meghan's got the feeling they're getting along well. Emily, I'm not so sure.
A little bit vintage in many ways because I'm from a time cap.
That laugh is a little bit loud.
Anyways, because.
A lot of times when you hear a laugh like that, you know it's not real. Again, Emily's trying to connect with Meghan.
You know, these 5 things in my
Oh, wow.
fridge, what should I make?
This is a great example of natural mirroring. When it starts happening by itself, this is what it looks like, okay? Notice when Emily's hands go up, Meghan's hands don't go up. Her one hand goes up to her face and she sort of rubs under her nose. That's it. If you're trying to mirror someone, let's say you're going to go meet somebody for the first time, or if there's somebody you sort of know, but you want to connect with them, and you think, I know about matching and mirroring now, I'm going to mirror this person. You got to be cool about it. You got to be careful. If they're standing there like this, don't go up and just start standing like that too, because it's weird. If they do this, you don't have to do that. If they do this on their face, then just do something with your hand a little bit. You don't have to do the exact same thing because it's going to look weird. They're going to think you're mocking them or making fun of them. So when they do something like that, just do your hand a little bit. Just move it because their brain just wants to see movement, almost like a mirror. Keep that in mind. But it doesn't have to be exact. But it's the movements, that rhythm I'm telling you about, that counts. So it looks like you're locked up. You're moving together. It's really important. You got to pay attention to that. And this is a great example.
You've talked about how important it is to be financially literate.
This is another super subtle version of what we just saw. Even though Emily's hand goes way out, you can see Meghan's hand go out just a little bit. That right hand starts sticking out, and then she starts scratching her hand with it. Now, that looks like not a big deal, and that's not mirroring. It's exactly what mirroring is, and this is what happens. These are some things you need to look for in the person you're talking to see if they're mirroring you, because that's the goal. You want that person to start mirroring you. That's why you begin mirroring them first. And you can almost lead them into mirroring you and get that rhythm going. And that's what's going to help you make that connection to be better friends with that person, to do a business deal with that person, whatever your goals are with that situation or that relationship. That's what's going to help. So keep in mind, you can be very subtle about this. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing that they're doing. Because again, they can get dangerous. They may think you're making fun of them, number 2. And then number 1, they'll be able to tell you're doing it. And that gets weird fast. So overall, I think Emily probably likes her. At the beginning, I don't think she was very sure. I don't think she was all in. But as time went along and Emily kept mirroring Meghan, then Meghan started mirroring Emily, they started to connect, and you could kind of see it in there. And it's a really long interview, and Meghan makes me sick, so I can't watch the whole thing again. But this is a great example of matching and mirroring, and you should try it yourself. All right, if you have any questions about body language, just email me, bodylanguagequestions@gmail.com. and I'll get right on it.